Welcome to STS32. As always, I am your wonderful host, drinking a nice warm cup of tea as it's cold here. Yeah. And with me, as always, is Mr. Fluke.
Hey.
That was piss poor.
Hi. I got a frog stuck in my throat. I was about to go, hey. It's like, dying over here.
Let's show you how it's done from a professional. Mr. Surge.
Hello, everyone.
There you go. And, of course, our lovable Irishman, Mr. Cow.
Yay!
Broken trumpet here.
Easy in the corner on a top shelf.
And hiding somewhere, apparently too scared to actually say an introduction properly, Mr. Fluke.
Hello.
There you go. Look at that.
Now I have got something stuck in my throat.
I'm not going to mention anything about what's stuck in your throat.
Yeah, give you the chance. I realised as I was saying it.
So how are you guys this week? Everyone good?
Tired.
Yeah.
Serge?
Busy. Sick of looking at code.
I know, right? When that site's finally done, what are you going to do with all your free time?
I don't know, man. I'm going to feel like somebody who's been let out of prison, man. I'm not going to know what to do with my time. Literally all I've done. I've surprised myself.
No, you know what's going to happen?
No, you're just going to sleep.
You're going to be like Salem the cat in Sabrina the Teenage Witch. the episode where they all get locked in the house, and Salem ends up starting to go crazy, and he's like, I just want to get out. Just want to get out of the house. And then they finally lift the charm off the house, and he sits there, and he's like, I'm free! I'm free! And then he starts crying, and he's like, I have nowhere to go.
Wow.
Yep.
That is...
I'm done. I don't know what to do.
He's going to be like, I'm free! I'm free! I have nothing to
I'm
do.
bored.
To be honest, I get that, like, if I have a week off work or something where I just sit around in my pants, it's a case of, well, I've got all this free
As
time.
you.
And you're bored by day 4.
And then by day 4, it's just like, oh, the things I do to keep myself interested. Unzip.
Oh, God.
So should we discuss some games? Should we discuss some
Suppose we
games?
should.
Let's go.
Might as well. Got nothing bad to do.
Let's go game stuff.
It's discussing masturbatory habits.
So let's start with the frosty blue Irishman. Mr. Kel, what have you been doing this week, game wise?
I've been getting back into Dwarf Fortress, and it's a terrible, terrible idea.
One does not simply
Why
get
would you
back
do
into.
this?
Fortress in time.
It's
an awesome
completely
game.
Lunch's
Why would
fault.
you not?
He's been like talking about it recently, and I'm like, you know what? I could just load it up for an hour or two, and
Oh, yes, of course.
Yeah, you could. You could try and load it up for an hour or two and lose like 3 days.
oh, it is very fresh to me now because last time I played it, I didn't have a tile set for it. Now I do, and it's like, holy crap, this game is amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, I like the ASCII look to it.
Yeah, but
fun.
it when you go back to it after not playing it for quite a while, it's just a case of I have no idea what I'm looking at.
I see an @ sign. What does the @ sign
You don't
mean?
see anything, but after a while, once you know what everything means, it's weird. It's like the Matrix. You just see things.
Yeah, especially if you get good at moving around the camera, so you're kind of just zipping around the place and characters are flying everywhere. It's like, yeah, I know exactly what's going on in this area. It feels good, but yeah.
It's always great when you can read it and someone is watching you that doesn't know, and it's just like all of a sudden you're like, oh shit, an elephant, and they're just out there going, where? And it's like, right there. It's like, that's a
Right there, and you point at this little colon.
it's like that's an E. It's like, that's not an E. That's a death machine.
Yeah, pretty much. But it is pretty cool with the tile set because I found this thing called Stone Sense, which gives you a 3D isometric view of your cave in a different window. So that's on my second monitor, and I've got my standard display on the first one. And it's annoyingly fun.
I used to love building the fortresses, building giant, complicated entranceways that I got from inside. Pull everybody in, pull certain levers, and just watch as all the invaders got minced, macerated, incinerated, and drowned.
Yeah, I accidentally flooded my fortress. A trap went
That
backwards.
seems to happen all too often.
Cool.
The last time I played Dwarf Fortress, mine kind of went very similar to the video that me and Serge did on a game of dwarfs, which was I created this wonderful fort, which the name of was Cancer, the Creamy Killer of Bees, which is a fantastic name for a fort. Yeah, I thought so. And so I was like, right, guys, get off to work, start digging. And they were like, aye, aye, boss. And they started digging. And it was like, guys, you're getting a little bit hungry there. Ah, boss, we're digging, we're fine. No, guys, you're getting really hungry there. Nah, it's fine, boss. We're digging. Guys, no, you're really hungry there. It's fine, boss. I'm just gonna go insane and kill all of the other dwarfs.
Yeah.
There's food right there. You could have gotten food. You're not trapped in this hole. And they're just like, nah, boss, I'm working. It's just like, you're gonna work yourself to
Worked
insanity.
himself insane.
It's like, thanks, guys. All of my dwarfs are now dead. And it's just like, there's just one dwarf up at the surface. It's just
6 dead dwarves then in a
one
hole.
dwarf up at the surface. That's just basically like, is everyone else gone?
Guys?
It's just like, well, I've got all this food for myself. So I'm pretty sure if I had left it going long enough, zombie carp would have turned up and just like dragged him kicking and screaming into the water.
Oh,
Them
carp.
dragon carps.
Them zombie carp.
Zombie carp are evil.
Yeah. Undead carp. They don't need water.
Oh, horrifying things. Truly horrifying.
Chase you across the landscape and murder everybody.
So what else, Mr. Cow?
I've been playing more with League of Legends. They've released a new champion recently who's just basically very punchy.
Is he called Mr. Punchy?
No, she's called Vi.
Hitmonchan.
But-
She is
yeah,
called
she.
Vi. Okay.
But basically, just imagine huge steampunk gauntlets that have jet engines attached to them, and they can be used to propel yourself forward for better punching.
So it's essentially a sexy blitzcrank.
Yeah, except she goes to you instead of dragging you to her.
So it's a sexy blitzcrank.
Yes.
Okay.
But no, she's a lot of fun.
Sounds interesting.
Also, I got an email from Riot recently being all like, hey, we noticed you purchased legendary skin in the past, and you may not have known that we discount them from time to time. Here's a refund of half of what you paid.
Wow, that's actually quite nice.
Awesome.
That was really cool. I got like 910 Riot points. I can't even remember what skin I bought. It was ages ago. And they were just like, yeah, we saw you bought one. Have Riot points.
Yeah, I spent way too much money on Riot points on skins and stuff in the past.
Yeah.
Doesn't everybody that plays?
Yeah, but the legendary ones cost enough points that there's a few people that play the game that just kind of look at them and go, oh, no.
Yeah, they
I
do
see.
cost quite a bit, but you...
They're what? Like, some of the legendary skins can cost like $20, Kel,
they
is that
like-
right?
Yeah, they're like
I have no idea of the
$20.
conversion.
What?
But yeah, they can be somewhere
Yeah.
around there.
They're expensive. But they completely changed what the champion
Yeah,
is
you're
like.
talking new animations, new
recall.
voice work, and there's, I think the best one they've released has been an Ezreal skin, where as you level up, your armor gets more and more complex. So you've got basically 3-4
I
skins
see.
in one.
That's
So
And it's got like 2 voice actors for it.
yeah,
still not as cool as Corporate Mundo.
still not as cool as Corporate Mundo.
Corporate Mundo was the best one. Mundo's ABCs always be cleaving.
Yes, Corporate Mundo. I think that's the legendary skin I bought.
That's the one I bought. I bought the legendary Mundo. He's my favourite skin out of all of them. Either that one or again another Mundo one, which is the Halloween one.
Mundo,
Yes,
Mundo.
Mundo. Exactly.
Yeah.
Mundo dressed as Mundo.
For Halloween, Xander, there were such ones as the little mummy that they have, which is called a Mumu. He dressed up as an unwanted present.
Yeah.
But for like Halloween, Mundo dressed up as himself for Halloween.
And I think-
So he actually he was
Okay.
wearing like a Mundo mask and like a Mundo shirt. They do like festive and Halloweeny stuff and Easter stuff and stuff. So Mundo for Halloween did Mundo.
Okay.
The meta.
It works with the character.
Yeah.
It is something Mundo would do, because Mundo goes where he pleases and does what he pleases.
Yeah. which was fantastic, and
Yeah.
it was one of my favorite skins.
Not quite Blitzcrank is good as well.
The unwanted present Amumu though was fantastic. I still like Emumu though.
Emumu is pretty good.
He has an emo fringe.
Yeah. Basically, a Mumu is just like this little mummy, and everything he has, all of his attack names are very depressing. Like, he hurts people in an area around him by crying.
Isn't it despair?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
So he's an emo.
Yeah. Emumu.
Emumu.
So let's talk about you then, Mr. Sander. Let's get away from the legends of leagues and the fortresses of dwarfs.
Yes.
This should take a couple of minutes.
This should take a grand total of about 30 seconds. I think I've had my head out of the code for a grand total of 4 hours.
I'm going to guess.
I occasionally had to pull him back from the PC just in case he started entering the Matrix.
Hang on,
2 of
hang on.
those were spent
I'm about to say,
sleeping. Half an hour was spent on the toilet.
gi-
Another half an hour was spent eating.
Give me a sec. I'm looking at tea leaves. I'm looking at tea leaves. I'm going to predict that you played one game, and it's going to be something with sides of planets.
Yeah, pretty much.
There we go.
My God, how do you do that?
That's all I've done.
Magic
But
tea
a couple
leaves,
hours
and the
of
fact that I
planet
knew exactly what he played.
I'm surprised because I didn't expect to get so drawn in and kind of to enjoy playing it as much. While it does annoy me, like all FPS games do.
But isn't that the
Brings
sign
forth
of
the
good?
rage.
The sign of a good FPS.
Yeah, it's drawn me in enough that it does annoy me. It bothers me rather than just fair enough. I'll stop playing your crap.
See, that's the same with MOBAs. You don't play MOBAs, but you always contest the issue of like people like me,
Yeah.
for example. You can have Dota is the only game where I can be winning and be completely angry,
Yeah.
or I could be losing and I could be grinning from ear to ear.
Yeah.
I never understood that really until more recently playing games like PlanetSide, where it's more to it than just getting the most kills and stuff like that. You've got something a lot larger at stake. You could be losing and getting killed repeatedly, but you're holding a point which is the linchpin for your entire side capturing the continent.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
it's frustrating to keep dying over and over and over again to the same guy because you can't quite kill him because he's got you pinned down with his stupid one-shot sniper rifle.
Next to
But
a Sundra.
ultimately, you know it's for the yeah, but ultimately it's for the greater good. So yeah, I kind of understand more and what you mean.
And they've been doing a good job of keeping it up to date. They're listening to the community in terms of
Very much so.
weapon balance. I know you had a big gripe with the air-to-air missiles,
Yep.
and they've nerfed
They now
them.
take a bit longer to lock on. They don't do as much damage. Their turn rate on them is a little slower, so you can avoid them.
Generally more balanced.
They've brought down the prices of a lot of the weapons for vehicles as well. Some of them are now you're far better off buying them with certificates, for example, than buying them with station cash.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a triple station cash event day offer thing on tomorrow.
Celebrate the end of the world.
type job, 21st. So yeah, triple station cash.
So if you do want to
Worth
buy
having a
some
look at
coins,
if
or if
you're
you are
into
the
the
kind of
game.
person that buys coins and wants to use them, then tomorrow is the day to do it, which would
Yes.
be
Yeah.
the 21st. Just to make sure
Yeah,
that people
21st
actually know
for
when
us,
tomorrow
yeah.
is, rather than just tomorrow.
The
Yeah.
21st of December.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's pretty much all I've been doing.
Probably
Enjoying
by the
it a lot.
time this goes up, it will be the 21st. So go buy them now. Shoo. Go on.
Serge, what have you been up to? You've probably done a damn sight more than I have, to be fair, in the way of gaming.
Well, I decided, because I was just scanning through my Steam library, as you do when you're bored, and I came across Skyrim.
How do people scan through Steam libraries?
They're not as big
I
as
just
yours.
click on the games as I go up
Kel,
and
you're with
down.
me on
just
this one,
like-
right? How do people scan through their Steam libraries? Isn't this a chore that takes you hours?
Yeah, I mean, I open my Steam library, my PC just goes, hang on a second while I gather all this info.
Like when you don't have a lot of space like I do, you tend to only have like 20 or so games
I have
installed
to
on Steam.
pre-book looking through my Steam one. I have to ask my I can now like I've just
I'd like to
clicked,
make a
I've
reservation.
just clicked Steam and it crashed. So there's a
Excuse me,
perfect-
Steam, I would like to make a
Yeah.
reservation.
Like, Steam, just so you're aware, I would like to check you next Thursday. Is this going to be acceptable? I'm just going to want to scroll through
I'm
the
afraid
list.
that's going to be conflicting with my Saturday appointment.
It's like, well, I don't know.
Dave.
Yeah, but yeah, as you were
Yeah.
saying, Serge, you were scrolling through
So I was
Steam.
looking at Skyrim, and there was a news article of a mod that came out called Requiem, which is advertising itself as taking Skyrim back to its old RPG roots from games like Baldur's Gate and
Does it make it a
Morrowind.
turn-based system that uses some awkward dice system like GURPS?
No, but it makes it bloody hard.
I was gonna say, are all the monsters really blocky, and you just get
You have to
you
con-
get an isometric view.
It took me about 10 tries to kill a bear.
You rolled a 10, you
Because
have
I
missed.
had to
The
get
bear
it
has rolled a
just
20,
right.
you are dead.
Yeah.
More or less every time. Yeah, it made the game completely different. So much harder. So much harder, in fact, that I had to friggin' turn it down. Because, yeah.
Just harder though. I mean, how does it change?
Tell us more about this mod.
Yeah, how does
Well-
it change the mechanics?
It makes it bumps up the damage of everyone. So
Including
the
you?
Fights, yeah, including you. So
things hurt properly.
Yeah.
More
So
realistic.
fights usually last either like 1 or 2 hits. And they've made it so that spellcasters are bloody lethal.
Like they
and
should be.
Bears are bloody lethal. And stuff.
How about
and
dragons?
You don't get... haven't seen a dragon yet, because apparently they've made it really rare. As they
See,
should be.
I'm
though.
okay
But
with
for
that, but
dragons.
that's one of my biggest concerns with Skyrim, and one of the reasons that I have gotten as far into Skyrim as I've gotten. Spoiler, not far. The reason for this being that I got really irritated by the fact of, oh, this is the land of Skyrim. Dragons, we haven't seen them for years. Going slightly to West Country for some reason.
West Country Skyrim.
Was that or kind of
It's
Yorkshire?
slightly Yorkshire West Coast.
We haven't seen any dragons round here.
Driven backwards.
I've seen dragons around these parts for years.
No, that was Oblivion.
There's Toot dragons up in Toot Hills. You go up there with Toot Horse. But no, so yeah, my issue was you go around and it's like this Dragonlands and it's, oh shit, we haven't seen one of these for years. Quick, Scarpa, or as some of the stupid idiots go, quick, hit it. At which point you merrily walk up to it and punch it in the face. You literally walk up to it and this dragon is out there breathing fire and ice and hell itself everywhere. And you walk up to it with a rolled up newspaper and you literally just
Slap it on the head.
smack it on the
Kill
end of
it.
the nose and you're like, no. And it just kind of looks at you
Yeah.
and tries breathing a bit more fire and you smack it again and you're like, no. You just hit
Stop
you hit
it.
this dragon with
Bad.
like the
Down.
newspaper 5 times, at which point the dragon falls over and you suck its soul out through a straw.
Tasty
See,
souls.
And then
You and me,
then
Dave.
the sky suddenly starts shitting dragons. It's as if all of a sudden IKEA have set up in Skyrim, and they're just like, "What's that? You want to see dragons?"
Selling
And it's like
flat-pack dragons.
flat pack dragons everywhere. Just like
Self-assembly required. That's why they're never tame, because people keep building them wrong.
it's like
They never put the right screws
it's like
in.
Oprah mixed with IKEA. It's like you get a dragon, you get a dragon, you get a dragon, but they're all poorly made
Dragons
and
for
they all
everyone.
fall over
No,
really
man,
easily.
I see them more like wasps. You kill the first one, and it, like the pheromones that are released, they're all just like
I've never thought about it that way.
Swarm.
You kill the first dragon, and the fact that you killed it is what's pissed off all the others. And it's like, guys,
Yeah.
they killed Clive. You
Yeah, they killed
shit.
Steve. They killed Steve. He was going to be making it. Oh, get him.
Oh, I was going to be Dragon of the Year.
It was one day away from retirement.
One.
He nearly finished his comic book collection.
But no, so you were saying the dragons are bloody rare now, and that's good. But like me
They are
and you,
really
Serge,
rare.
me and you play on about the same kind of sadism
Difficulty
level.
of, if I do this wrong, I'm dead.
To be fair, I'd be tempted to give it another go with that mod on because it was wide.
How far did you get through
I
it?
think a reasonable way, but it was really
the
quickly,
game's
which
been
is
out
why
for
I
a
got
while
bored.
now,
It was
so
just like, brap. Oh, this is just
Hang
boring
on.
and easy and dull.
We're talking spoilers because the game's been out a year,
the game's been out
guys.
for a year, Andy. You're allowed to spoiler slightly. How far did you get roughly?
It's been that long since I've played
can't
it. 'Cause
remember.
I played it when it first came out.
Was it going to the Greybeards?
Oh, I'd seen Greybeards. I'd been loads of places. I'd start going into the old Elven Ruins to
Ruins?
find bits and pieces.
Basically,
Ruins.
you got so far into doing everything else, you didn't complete the main story, and by the time you got back to it, you were
I couldn't
bored.
remember what the hell was going on, and I was bored.
Yeah, same story as
Pretty
me.
much.
Yeah, so Serge, I have, according to my Steam, I have invested 70 hours into Skyrim. Do you know where the furthest point I got to in the story?
Greybeards?
You need to climb the steps. That is as far as I've ever gotten.
Wow, dude, like
70 hours.
you get special powers and everything for getting up there, man.
I don't even do that anymore. I've got a mod. I can't remember the guy who made it, called Alternative Start.
I tried
which just
that one,
makes
and
it
it's
so that you
dick.
can't do the main story until you go to the Helgen place, whatever it's
No,
called.
I'm sorry. I tried the alternative style one on your recommendation. I tried that. I was like, oh, so I played with like 30, 40 mods, and I had like dragons doing all kinds of crazy stuff. You remember me talking about how
Yep.
difficult
I
dragons
remember
were.
the lengths you went to
It
make
took
sure
me-
that all worked until you made some
yeah.
kind of Frankenstein Skyrim abomination.
I killed one dragon in my time of
dragons
playing
were
Skyrim on that
deadly.
difficulty. It took me 4 hours. And that was amazing. But I tried using the alternative start on that one, And do you know what I went with? I essentially went with you have been left for dead and are completely stuck in the wilderness. And it was like, this sounds like great fun. This sounds really good. You have been left with no stuff in the middle of nowhere. This is going to be great. So what happens? It spawns you, and there is literally a dragon directly above you. And it's just like, well, the dragon breathed once and essentially set an entire square mile radius on fire. And it's like, all right.
Yeah.
So let's go with plan B on this one. I'm going to try and
deadly dragons.
I'm going to try and run, I don't know, serpentine. So I tried to, I got as far as the tree line.
You zigged and then zagged and melted.
No, I got as far as the tree line and I was like, success. I know this dragon isn't going to give up because they don't. So it's like...
He's definitely not going to let you down.
So this dragon isn't going to turn around or desert me. Unfortunately, the saber cat that is sat next to this tree that has just seen this naked guy run past is just like...
merrily eating some deer, just looks up and
Saber
goes...
cat sat there licking its tail, licking its paws. It's like, hey look, lunch just ran past.
The saber cat is just like, I don't remember ordering lunch.
But I'll take it anyway.
I'll get right on that.
So when you do get left for dead, you are left for dead.
Yes.
Yeah, you're left and shortly you'll be dead.
Yeah. So I turned that off and I went for the standard start, which was hard enough as it is, because the dragons caused like terrify and all kinds of other things. So the time that I actually got successfully playing, it took me 2.5 hours for the guys that were stood in the doorway to stop panicking long enough that I could get through the door to get through the tutorial area.
Awesome.
Wow.
Which I'm not sure if you've ever encountered that one, Serge. It caused them to be terrified, so they stop and panic. So literally, I had to wait until the entire scene played out. The AI on the dragon gave up. The dragon just kind of sat down and stopped doing anything. It was like, everyone's not doing anything.
I'm bored now. Guys, seriously, he's only doing it for a reaction. Just ignore him.
Yeah. It's just like,
it's just like a cat and the mouse has finally stopped twitching.
If you ignore
so
it, it'll go away.
The only mod I played with Skyrim was the Randy Savage mod.
Oh, that's a fantastic mod. All of a sudden, you're stood there, and right at the start, it's like, wait, did you hear that? And all of a sudden, you'll just get this random echoing voice before you've even seen the dragon. That first initial moment where you're at the chopping block, you'll be stood there, and instead of getting that roar, you'll just all of a sudden get, ooh yeah, and it's just like, ah. And then a dragon turns up wearing a Macho Man hat.
No, man, I got the one that was basically replaced the entire body of the dragon with a really deformed and stretched Randy Savage body.
That's amazing. I tried that mod once. I got the one wearing the hat that literally every time it breathed, it just went, oh yeah, the Macho Man. And it was just like, holy crap, this is amazing. Oh god, I'm dead.
I've never been so terrified.
That is quite a scary prospect.
It was amazing.
Macho Man dragons are quite possibly something to be absolutely terrified of.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely looking to get into Skyrim.
Yeah.
So, enough of that. Enough Skyrim. What have you been doing, Dave?
Me?
Yeah. What have you been up to, you rapscallion?
So,
I know he's been streaming Dota and bits and pieces.
Oh yeah, I keep seeing his emails.
Dota is always going to be one of my big ones, of course. And I do want to mention that the winter event, so they sent out, last week they started publishing stuff for the winter event. And they were like, oh, the winter event is coming. It's Frostivus. It's a time for giving gifts. And it's a time to be happy and, all cheery and stuff. And
Christmassy and all that.
yeah, it was called Frostivus. And it's things like this, traditions of truces and holiday cheer. And it's the season of giving. And it was like, oh, this actually, this looks very Christmassy. And then it suddenly changed, and the website had essentially been vandalized. It was like, oh, what's going on here?
Oh, bloody hell.
And then the next time you saw it, it was Frostivus is cancelled, and they essentially turned a creature in the game called the Grieveling into, well, it's a Grievel. They turned it into Grieveling, and it's like a Grinch-esque style thing.
Awesome.
But you essentially have a mode now, which is the Grievel mode, and you run around as a Grievel, and these are things that you got during Halloween, and there's stuff that you can get. And it looks quite a cool mode. I haven't actually managed to get my hands into it yet because I've been too busy. But I'm really...
You think is in that pie?
Yeah, but you get presents for winning the Griever mode or losing. If you win, you get a pristine present. Essentially, you get a good present. And if you lose, you get a bad present, which is a present that was sat on.
Sweet.
Also, Dota 2 at the moment, or just recently, with the Grieveling patch, added in all of the poly count winners, which is the competition they did where they were like, hey guys, we understand that you make skins and stuff for our game, so let's do a competition. We want people that are going to make high poly count skins. And some of them are insane.
Yeah. I don't even
Some
play...
people can art.
I don't even play Dota, and I was looking through them thinking, wow, I'd love to... I'd love to go into the game and just see some of these other skins, because they stand out a lot, and they just look fantastic.
Yeah. But getting away from Dota, apart from that, I completed Hitman Absolution.
Nice.
I thought the ending was... Well, I thought the lead up to the ending, essentially the game from start up until 95%, awesome. The last level, that's the actual last level, is infuriating to all balls.
No.
Even on normal. It's timed, and it's awkward because if you get detected, it's essentially detected game over.
Oh, great.
And I'm not the best when it comes to melee stealth kills. I like using a pistol and stuff, so I ran out of bullets, and so I had to like restart it and try going through it a different way. Finally got through it. There's an epilogue afterwards which kind of answers a lot of questions and sets up stuff. But I have one issue with it, and my one issue, which I'm not going to get into the spoiler of it, but I will explain.
I remember you saying. Yeah.
Any game that has an epilogue where it asks a question in that epilogue, you're setting up for a next game. And people are aware of this, and some people will be like, oh, you sons of bitches, you're cashing in and like setting up for a next one. Oh. But it's really irritating when you create that question and then you instantly answer it 2 seconds later.
Yeah.
Why the hell did you ask the question? What was the point?
Well, because story-wise, it made sense to have that character ask the question, and then to have kind of, you know, that character be dealt with in whatever way the character is dealt with, and then essentially you have 47 doing something that answers the question.
Okay.
But it's irritating to have them so close together. You could have had them like 5-10 minutes apart. You could have had them in at the start and the end of the cutscenes.
Better.
You didn't just need to have like question, and then it was a case of like the question was asked, and literally 47 turned around and was like, "You'll never know," and then answered the question literally like 2 seconds later, and it's just like, "Well, I guess we will." But apart from that, playing Far Cry 3, I'm replaying Far Cry 3. I haven't completed it, but I decided to restart because I want to stream it. And had a fantastic moment. I'm not going to talk much about Far Cry 3. I want to talk about it more in detail, which we might cover next week. I don't want to do a video on it, but
Fair enough.
I had a fantastic moment which you'll appreciate, Xander, which was merrily wandering along. I have a symptom or a problem in Far Cry 3. I die. Every 5 minutes I die because it's such a free open world that I'm like, I'm going to get in this car and I'm going to head towards this quest marker, which is directly that way, through the jungle, over a cliff, bang, exploded.
Dead.
So it's like,
Yeah.
I was trying now for like
done
the
that.
4th or 5th time to get where I needed to go, and it was like, I'm going to, go on foot. And
I'll be careful. This
Jeep
time.
went past, and so it's like, oh, I'll hide in the bush. And I'm hiding in this bush, and the Jeep goes past, and it's like, excellent, Jeep's gone. And then all of a sudden I hear from behind me, it was like, that's not a bear. It's not a panther.
I know exactly what that
It's
is.
not a tiger. It's not a goat. It's not a boar. There's only one kind of thing that makes that Komodo. At which point I literally leap forward and I'm like, that's a Komodo dragon. That's alright. I'll pop it in the head.
Throw rocks at it.
And fortunately, its buddy then ran out directly next to it and was like, oh, 2 Komodo dragons. I don't really want to fire enough bullets that I'm going to have to kill 2 Komodo dragons because I'm going to alert a lot of people to where I am if I have to take out 2. So I'll just head down this road. Why is there a 3rd Komodo dragon just casually laying in the road? Right, alright.
Why are you there?
So I've now got this army of 3 Komodo dragons chasing after me as I'm running down this road like full pelt. With these,
It means you're just
these
watching
three
you run by
guys.
like,
Yeah,
Been there,
so
done
I'm
that.
running across this bridge with these three Komodo dragons, and this jeep comes around the corner and like is coming over this bridge, and literally stops at the end of the bridge and has seen me. At which point the guys get out of the car and they're like, "There he is! Get him!" At which point I'm like, "Really, guys? This is not the time." Which I look at what I can do, and it's like, sod it! I'll jump over the side of the bridge. I'm not sure what's there. I'm not sure if it's going to be a big fall. Let's just hope I survive. Jump over the side of the bridge. And as I jump over the side of the bridge, the next thing I hear, so the guy's point of view, like, Jason has jumped over the side of this bridge. He's fine now.
Yeah.
I land in water. But from the guy's point of view, they merrily get out of the car and they're like, "There he is!" At which point he jumps off the side of the bridge. And then they stand there and the next words out of their mouth are, "Holy shit, it's a Komodo dragon!" At which point I'm sat there like merrily below the bridge going, "Yeah, 3 of them."
Why did you jump off the bridge rather than turn around and run away?
Fuck that shit.
Why was I running towards you in the first
And it was just like the fact that the AI and the wildlife interacted in that way was brilliant. But
They do very
So
well.
is this where,
I didn't
is-
really touch on that, and I felt that was unfair last week when I talked about this. They do a lot.
I will also
you randomly
say,
wandering around, you hear firefights.
10 minutes
and you're like,
before
"What's
that,
going on?"
I was merrily stealthing through an encampment and took out some guys, and it was like, right, there's 2 jeeps sat on this road. I can't do anything, there's too many guys. I'll wait for one of them to leave, because one of them kept getting in his jeep. And they were like, "There's a Komodo dragon over there." I was like, "Yeah, there is. It's running around. I can see it." So they kept getting in the jeep and then getting back out. And then getting in the jeep and getting back out.
Because it was just on the edge of their visibility
Right.
tether range, maybe.
So it was weirding out the
alerting
AI,
them,
and
then
it was just like, this is really dumb. So I tried stealthing around the car and stabbed one of them, and that didn't work. And then I died. And then the next saga was, yeah.
So is this all
Yeah.
leading
Yeah.
up to?
Like I said last week, the AI is both very clever
Very
and very
stupid.
stupid at the same time.
It's trying to be too smart for its own good, I think, is what
Yeah.
it is.
But-
Yeah.
Okay, so what I see is you doing another playthrough where you just try to do it as a Beastmaster. Get the attention of a bear, run towards enemies, and then jump off a
Run
bridge.
towards an enemy. Run
Attack
from
my
enemy
minions.
encampment, enemy
I
encampment,
did
and
get
then
killed by a
disappear.
jellyfish as well, which was a hilarious one.
Interesting.
I was
haven't
swimming and it was
even
like, I found
seen a
jellyfish. And I was like, "Ooh, jellyfish. I wonder if they..." And I touched one and it stung me. At which
hello.
point, like, I was already...
I shall call you Squishy, and you shall be my
Yeah,
Squishy.
I was already kind of not doing too great on oxygen and health. I touched this jellyfish and it was like, "Oh, shit." I freaked out, like, backpedaled away from this jellyfish, hit another one, ended up, like, swimming in the wrong direction and drowned. It was like, "Oh, you inept white boy."
That's exactly the thing is that's how jellyfish get their kills.
Yeah.
Oh, look at it, so
Disorient-
cute. Oh, fuck.
Confused, disorient.
Yeah. But no, so my gaming this week has been pretty good. I've been enjoying what I'm doing. Not as much as I want to, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So should we?
We'll get some more played.
We're
next week, I
looking
think.
to keep this
Should
short.
get the site done shortly. So
Yeah, we're looking to keep this short, so we're going to wrap this up. Should we talk about one news story very quickly? The one that's been intriguing me this week. Firstly, we'll say congratulations to Project Goddess for actually like making its Kickstarter in some grand Hail Mary-esque situation.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't really know how that happened, but it happened, so good job, guys.
Congratulations to all the guys at 20 Cans. Well done. I'm really looking forward to trying out your game.
Definitely.
That's not a golf clap.
But the one that I want to mention quickly is, oh no, guys, THQ has gone bankrupt.
and nothing
like that's gonna
changes.
change anything.
And nothing has
Use it
changed.
11.
That's the weird one for me. It's like, oh, the bad news is THQ has gone bankrupt. But
The good
don't
news
worry,
is
guys, we're still going to
nothing
release our
changes.
games
But the
and
horrible thing
everything's
is,
fine.
gaming media are basically going to be all like using click-grabbing headlines.
Yeah,
THQ files
didn't
chapter
THQ
11.
actually comment
But they
on
did.
that or
That's
something?
not. That's not like a grabbing headline. It's true. THQ did file for Chapter 11 bankruptcy.
No, they did, but
But then they came forward and made a statement which was like, "Don't worry, guys. It's not going to affect any of our IPs. It's not going to affect any of the upcoming games. It's not going to affect any of our layoffs. Everyone's going to get paid just the same."
We're still gonna get Saints Row 4.
So basically, you've gone from being THQ to being THQ. Chapter 11. And it's like,
Yeah.
So you're exactly the same company. You've just got a bankruptcy claim attached now. And it's like, fair enough.
Yeah.
So yeah, the news for this week is THQ file Chapter 11. Nothing changes.
But fair play to them for finding someone to give them the funding to continue doing what they do. Because
Yeah.
it would be sad if THQ were to go.
Might see a rebrand maybe in the future.
I feel like clarification is needed on that point very quickly. Of that doesn't mean that we hold any hostility or ill regard towards THQ because we love them, and I personally absolutely effing love Saints Row. and Metro.
I'm now a big fan of Saints Row, and I've always been a fan of the Red Faction.
Yeah.
Took them long enough.
And
Love Red Faction.
and the wrestling WWE. I'm a big fan of that franchise as well, and Darksiders and Dawn of War, and
There's a lot of stuff.
there's a
that
lot of
GHQ
franchises
does right.
that
Let's
they
be
do
honest.
that are good. So nothing but love for you guys, and I'm glad that you're still around. But nothing changed. That's quite an odd one. It's not really what you see when the games company declares bankruptcy.
Yeah.
So, Xander, we have an event this Saturday. Yes. Should we talk about that quickly?
Yeah, we're going to do Firefall.
That's quite an odd one.
I believe.
Gonna have people running around and doing thumping and PvP and whatnot.
Yeah, that'll be the idea. See how many people we can get, because you can only get 5 in a squad. But I know a lot of our
Well,
guys
we'll easily
on
have
the,
multiple squads.
The voice community are into the game at the moment. It seems like a sensible choice.
Cool.
We'll. It's a good
So
game.
what
Deserves a
time?
spotlight. 8 o'clock GMT, I think. Is the yeah,
On-
8 p.m. GMT.
On Saturday the
Oh, I'm no good with dates.
22nd of December.
22nd.
There you go, I'll do it for you.
3 days
Okay.
before Christmas.
Saturday the 22nd of December, 8 p.m. GMT, we are playing Firefall. Come and join us and have some fun.
Yes.
Indeed.
Okay. Do we
be
have
good.
anything else
Good
to add?
Dear God, my wallet's crying because Steam sales have started.
Steam sale has started and my wallet has just gone, I own all that. So, final words then, Mr. Surge, what's your final words?
Good work.
Great final words. Mr. Fluke, what's your final words?
I hope I get this website done soon. I'm sick of looking at code now. Should be done next couple of days. Back to gaming.
Mr. Kel, final words?
I'm a dwarf and I'm digging a hole. Diggy hole.
And mine will be, don't eat yellow snow.
But we live in England and Ireland. We don't get snow.
I know, right? We didn't get any snow.
Stop ruining our logic.
Anyway,
But yeah, definitely don't eat the yellow snow.
so we're going to bring this one to an end, and Xander is going to go back to coding, and I'm going to go summon Cthulhu in Scribblenauts. So, from everyone here at
Always
Elven
entertaining.
3, if you have any questions, queries, or comments, feel free to leave them below. Do it myself this week.
Yeah.
And from myself, from Mr. Surge, from Mr. Fluke, and from Mr. Kel, and everyone else that works here in the background, we hope you have an awesome Christmas. Yes, next week will be after Christmas, won't it?
It will indeed.
Yes, it will.
We hope you have a Merry Christmas, a Happy Hanukkah, and a Crazy Kwanzaa. And any other holiday that you celebrate.
What?
Crazy Kwanzaa. Have you never seen that across
Straight over
the
his head.
Simpsons episode? Yeah. Anyway, whatever holiday you celebrate, and we hope you enjoy it. And we hope you get lots of games from the Steam sale, not too many to break your wallet. And we will catch you for the next video. Peace.
In a while.
Stay awesome.
Till next time.